All right, this is lesson 4-14.2. We're working with sinking funds and present values of an annuity. And you can see that the formulas are getting a little bit more complicated. What we've gotten so far, if you notice, if we don't have payments involved, then we usually use the future value or present value formulas. And if you notice, these were the ones that we dealt with the first day. Then we've got the future value if we know the payment. That is, how much, if we make equal payments, how much will we accumulate after a certain amount of time? Then, if we're looking for the present value, if you know how much you're going to, if you have a certain amount now, if you take out a certain amount each month, how much do you need now to have the money last a certain amount of time? Or how long will it take you to accumulate that certain amount in the that you need now? We do not do the interest formula, and so we'll skip that. But we do use the payment. We're looking for the payment if we know the future value. Actually, I'm not so sure if we do that one or not. And then finally, we do have the payment if we know the present value, and we don't use the number of payments, although Excel easily can figure those out. That and the periodic rate, it can easily figure out. Let's go through some examples. Find the annual sinking fund payment required to accumulate $140,000 in 12 years at 6% annual interest rate. Well, you've got that formula that's on the previous page, but if you notice, we're looking for the payment, so that's why we use PMT, interest rate, number of years, N per. This is the present value, and this is the future value. Again, same formula, 4% for 10 years, and the future value will be $100,000. What annual sinking fund payment would be required to yield $3,500? So that's the future value. And then it's I think I don't think we would know how to do this one the way it's written. I'm going to assume that they said what semi-annual sinking fund payment, because notice they say compounded semi-annually. You guys don't know how to do semi-annual compounding and semi-annual or an annual payments. So that's why I put in the divided by 2 and then times 2 here, so that you can see how the rate and the payments change. Sinking funds are used to accumulate a sum of money by a given date to pay off a financial obligation. No. Well, sinking funds are used to accumulate money that you're going to spend in the future, not to spend now. As an example of the use of a sinking fund would be to accumulate a sum of money to modernize equipment. An annuity established at a compound interest rate over a period of time to pay off a financial obligation is called present value. Now, a sinking fund payment is made at the end of each period. To determine the number of periods for a sinking fund, multiply the years by the number of compoundings. That's true. The term sinking fund is used when we know the sum we need to accumulate and must find the amount of periodic payments necessary to achieve this amount. Sinking funds accumulate money in the present to meet current. No, they accumulate money in the future to meet current. No. To meet future. Actually, sinking funds accumulate money into the future. Sinking funds are based on the concept of compound interest. So, we're looking for the present value of an ordinary annuity with a payout phase with semi-annual payments of $3,000 for 7 years, semi-annual, 6%, semi-annual. Notice where we put these semi-annuals. And then you've got the rate, the number of periods, and the $3,000, and you'll need $33,888.22. Roberto Santos wants to know how much money he will have to invest now, so he wants the present value, to receive an annuity payment of $5,000 twice a year for 10 years. And so if he has $74,000 in the bank now, $74,387.37, he'll be able to take out that $5,000. Okay? If you're looking for the payment in the future, find the monthly contribution to reach $100,000 in 10 years with an annuity fund that has a 5.5%, so that's why to the 5.5. So we've got 0.055, 20 years, $100,000 is the future value, $2,867.93 per year. Okay, how much is needed in a fund that pays 5.5% to receive $700 per month for 20 years? So we're looking for the present value, 0.055 for 12 months for 20 years, $700 a month, and if you have $101,760.85, you'll be able to do her. Find the least amount that could be deposited in a bank account today at 4%, compounded every 6 months for 8 years. So there you see your 4% in 8 years. 4% semi-annually, 8 years, $1,875. And if you notice, you're 20 cents off from their middle amount, and that's because they use tables in their questions, and when we use Excel. So, in summary, if a sinking fund, you don't know the payment, but you know how much you're going to want to have in the future. For an annuity, you know the payment, and you're looking for how much money you're going to end up with in the future. If you have any questions,